All right. So, as a previous video, I'm recording this while charging the phone. Hopefully, it doesn't slip off the little makeshift stand I've made. But anyway, this is The Americans, season 1, episode 5. This happens to be the shortest episode that I've seen so far. Um, you can say a lot of things about. Well, I can say a lot of things about uh, watching a show, and it's like they run out of things to say, or there's not much that they can say in this particular episode. I'm assuming. Uh, I don't know what to think about it. If it's a sign that bad things are to come as far as the quality of the show, but I don't think that up until this point it's been. Is enticing the right word? I think to use it is enticing the right word to use in this situation. I feel like it is. It's doing a great job of. I'm interested. Leave it at that. So let me try and do an overview. So in this episode, we've left behind all this nonsense. Well, yeah, it was nonsense. We left behind all this nonsense surrounding the assassination attempt of the president, and now it's pretty much back to business as usual. Um, uh, but what makes this one kind of a cliffhanger is excuse me for the pause, but I was trying to figure out how I wanted to word that. The interesting thing about this episode, what makes it a cliffhanger, is um, the FBI is right on the heels of the KGB, and the KGB is right on the heels of the FBI. You know what I mean? Vice versa. You know what I'm saying? Um, but these two main characters, the spies, they're put in the middle of course. They have a job to do, and they have a job to do in regards to their loyalty to their country. So they have to somehow find a way to get an FBI coder machine. You know what I mean? And figure out how to break it and all this good stuff. They succeed in it, but she winds up getting stuck in the trunk of a car and going to an FBI, I guess, headquarters, and just walking out like no big deal. A little bit of a cliffhanger. I was like, and you know what the funny thing about this particular scene is, excuse the order in which I'm telling the episode, but anyway, funny thing about me watching that clip is I'm watching the clip and I'm like, there's no way she's gonna get in trouble in this scene. Just no way. She's gonna make her way out of it. And then the car gets put down on the lift, and she pulls out of and they pull out of the shop. I'm like, oh, gosh dang, what's gonna happen here? She's still in the trunk. Walks out like no problem. Um, what else happens in this episode? Oh, there's two interesting things I'm gonna touch on right now. So I think I was talking about it in the previous episode, but I'll focus on the FBI neighbor. Now his relationship with his wife is I wouldn't say coming under fire. That's the wrong phrase. It's the structure of it is being tested greatly in these last couple episodes. I mean, she's in so many words and directly saying you're being too distant. You know, his wife is saying you're being far too distant for this to be a functioning relationship. You continuously pushing me away, but of course part of me doesn't want to think this, but I'm starting to believe that this is the case. He's catching feelings for the the young lady who he's basically his contact inside the Russian embassy. He's catching feelings for her, and it's showing hard. He's putting an interest in her, and he's also putting a lot of effort into learning her native tongue so they could have a more deeper connection. I've learned that actually works in real life. But anyway, she, on the other hand, this Russian agent, she's I guess you call her Russian agent. She's really a secretary. She's figured out a way to get more information to become to make herself more valuable, and that's by using her body. Uh, I hate to see it turn to that, but you know it's inevitable when uh, I don't know. It's a weird dynamic, right? So, although men are always not depicted, but although men are always perceived to be the stronger of the sexes, in actuality, we're so weak and fragile when it comes to things of that nature. You know what I mean? Something something as simple as a compliment or a touch by a woman could just make the strongest man melt in most cases. But of course, she goes above and beyond the call of duty in this particular situation to get this information, uh, and it works. I guess it works in her favor, but now there's a whole it plants seeds of suspicion inside inside everybody that's working on that on American soil. It plants suspicion with everybody because things are happening too fast. So they realize, okay, we have a mole. They make a big deal out of using that word. They could have just said somebody's talking, but oh, we have a mole. So you have that to deal with. Um, but me trying to jump back onto the FBI agent. Now he's running into a real issue here. I mean, he's really pushing his wife away, and you continually doing that. It's only so much individual can take of. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out how to phrase this. You know, you have an individual who wants to, who's she wants to be desired by him. They want she's reminiscing of older and better times, nostalgia, and he's coming back with the okay. He's still pushing her away. I'm interested to see where it goes, but I'm pretty sure I know what route this is gonna take. I hope it doesn't, but anyway, I know it's a TV show, it's made for entertainment, but coming from a single parent home, I would hope even in something that's fiction based that they can work it out. Anyway, uh, but we also have a similar situation unfolding with the two main characters because they've really caught feelings for one another, and of course it's the male who's pushing. It's a male that's pushing that storyline. I feel like because well, I can't say because, but I feel like he is pushing the storyline. He's the weaker of the two. He's proven that time and time again. But of course, he's physically stronger than her, so that I guess that evens the playing field with her tenacity and spirit. Hold it when held up against his physical strength. That makes any sense at all. I don't know if it does or it doesn't. I'm hoping it makes sense. I'm just at this point. I'm just jumbling words again. I'm really like I'm looking at the clock right now. I'm about to go to sleep. But anyway, um, what else happened in this episode? Yeah, they got a mole using her body to get information. FBI agent's relationship with his wife is kind of souring. The relationship between the two main characters has gotten almost real. I feel like, but there's still. I guess that's probably that's what makes this series so great. Is all this stuff that's going on. They do such a good job of being in the moment. But what I mean by that is, you'll have an instance where there's a fight scene, which I'm missing them. I haven't seen one in the last two episodes. Don't let me down now. But anyway, um, in that moment, me as a viewer, I'm so immersed in what's going on in this fight scene. Even sometimes I think I have to like go back a little bit and rewatch it because it's so good. And then you switch over to a moment where it's like a heart to heart between a mother and daughter, and then you'll see a father chime in on that. It's a family moment, and then you'll see, and I'm immersed in that, and then you'll see an instance where they're doing spy stuff. They're decoding messages and shooting people in the head with no silencers in the middle of a neighborhood with an echo and all this good jazz, right? But I'm completely immersed in that as well. Um, I think this series has such a great ability to draw in the viewer, and what am I talking like this for? I'm enjoying it so much. I'm gonna have to do a little bit of filler here because, like I said, I think at the beginning of this upload, this is probably one of the shorter episodes so far. I mean, it's just not much to say. I mean, they figured out they have a mole, or the Russians figured out they have a mole. our two main characters are like almost, dare I say, falling in love for real, for real. The kids haven't really played too much of a part in this episode, or yeah, it really we kind of fell back for this episode, which I think is good. I'm interested to see where this female Russian agent is headed. I feel like she's putting herself at a lot of risk, and of course, the FBI agent, I feel like he's falling for her in a romantic sense. We'll see where that goes. Yeah, and I have to get the character's name, but the female agent, man, she's putting in work. She is putting in. I think I should probably be keeping tally of how many kills each of these individuals have, huh? 'Cause I think she's up on him by now. Oh, that'd be interesting to keep a tally of, but now I have to go back all these episodes to figure it out. But anyway, that's besides the point. Interested to see what happens in the next episode. And if you like me ranting and raving about videos, and I've got Chernobyl, I've got Breaking Bad, Mandalorian, which I don't like, The Wire, Futurama, and I'm also putting some movies up that doing reactions to. So go check those out and subscribe. And I'm going to take a nap. We'll actually go full on sleep.